Hello and welcome to the Changemaking Insight series. I'm Anam Vakar, a teacher with over 5 years of experience in UAE. Today, we'll explore the differences between Ali's changemaking model and the traditional entrepreneurship approach, and how Ali's method complements conventional entrepreneurial model. So let me provide a glimpse into Mr. Ali's background. He is the founder of Yes Network Pakistan, an esteemed Ashoka Fellow, and a distinguished service scholar. Mr. Ali has crafted a unique, straightforward, and effective method to turn young people into change makers, achieving remarkable success. Mr. Ali, we would be honored if you could share your insights on the distinctions between your change making model and the entrepreneurship model.
Thank you very much, Anam. I think it's a great idea to compare my change-making model with the traditional entrepreneurship model. It will help us to identify their key attributes and see how they can complement each other. So let's do it. My change-making model tips the whole environment. It does not leave out and miss out any young person. It is an inclusive model. It provides a change-making opportunity to every young person, irrespective of their gender, socioeconomic, and educational background. When you take a look at traditional entrepreneurship model, it aims to help those young people who are interested in setting up their enterprises. My change-making model is based on the belief that every young person is born with this incredible change-making power and only requires a trust-based environment to reveal it. I personally feel that change-making is an inevitable, essential, unavoidable journey, and everybody has to take this journey. It does not matter what are your life goals, whether you want to become an entrepreneur or employee, you must embark upon change-making journey. You see, we have moved away from the world of knowledge repetition and skill repetition to the world of change making. In this new world, it does not matter how many skills you have, how many degrees you have, how many books you have read, if you are unable to create, produce something valuable for the society. So, the traditional entrepreneurship model tends to take a venture-based approach right from the beginning. It pushes young people to entrepreneurial journey without even discovering their change-making power. My change-making model provides a short-term enterprise engagement to young people to first discover and harness their change-making power, then decide whether they want to continue as an employee or entrepreneur. Uh, my change-making model removes all restriction to participation. There are no requirements to participate in our change-making program. Anyone can participate in it. There are no academic restrictions. There are no socioeconomic restrictions, no gender restrictions. No, anyone can participate in it. When you take a look at traditional entrepreneurship program, it is very difficult for an average young person to participate in it because, as you know, that young people have to go through a very lengthy and long process to participate in the entrepreneurship programs. You know, they have to prepare ideas, then submit ideas, and give presentations, elevator pitches, and then they have to wait for sometimes months to get approval and then begin their change making journey. On the other hand, my change making model instantly activates young people as change makers, and it does not basically require anything from young people before participation in the program. My change making model begins with internal transformation, then it leads to societal transformation. I feel that societal transformation is not possible without internal transformation, and internal transformation can only happen when you practice change making. So before changing the world, I think you need to change yourself first, and for that reason you have to think and act in a different manner. You have to move away from the existing norm, and this this is where change making model is very effective, that it helps young people to you see move away from the existing norm. It encourages young people to break their old routine and habits and try to act as a change makers. And when you look at the traditional entrepreneurship programs, it basically starts with this premature optimization of changing the society without making necessary changing within the person who is driving the change. So my model begins with internal transformation, and then it leads to societal transformation. And importantly, my change-making model begins with relying on internal resources, your ability to create, invent, innovate, your ability to feel, empathize. These are very important abilities. We encourage young people to begin their change-making journey by relying on these abilities rather than on external assistance and financial assistance. When you take a look at traditional entrepreneurship programs, they heavily rely on external assistance. They are inspired by the external reward. When you take a look at my change-making model, young people are moved by the suffering, deprivation, and mounting tragedies of the people, and they try to address that problem to meet the needs of society. You see the major difference, the striking difference between my change-making model and the traditional entrepreneurship model is that we trust young people first and then evaluate. And when you take a look at traditional entrepreneurship model, they first evaluate, then trust young people. We never ask young people to give presentations, and we inspire young people this trust through trust-based investment. We provide a small amount that is in between $10 to $50 to young people to begin the change-making journey on the premise that if there is any loss while producing a product or service in a span of 2 to 4 weeks, as mutually decided, we will not ask them to pay back. And if there is any profit, they can donate a certain portion of the profit to my institution for the expansion of the program. And it is amazing to see that how this little trust-based investment has inspired so many young people who were previously discarded, discounted by the society to begin their change-making journey. And when you take a look at the traditional entrepreneurship program, there is no place for these young people who cannot write their proposals, cannot share their ideas. They first evaluate them, their ideas, their background, their skills, their proposals, and then they decide to trust them. When you look at my model, we trust young people first and then evaluate. And you can see the results of the change-making competition. We have engaged over 22,000 young people, and 92% of these young people were able to create social and economic impact. We have tested this model in Zimbabwe, Kenya, Mexico with great results. A similar model has been adopted by the state of India with outstanding results. So it shows that young people are desperately looking for someone to trust them, to provide them this opportunity to begin their change-making journey. Instead of putting up strong criteria and asking them to go through a very lengthy process before starting the change-making journey, we have to remove all these restrictions. It will really inspire confidence and trust in young people. When you take a look at the major difference between the change-making model and the external traditional entrepreneurship model, you'll see that my model is out of building model. It's a very fast model. It's a direct model in comparison to traditional entrepreneurship model, because in the traditional entrepreneurship model, young people spend a lot of time in classrooms learning theoretical knowledge and skills in a controlled environment. And honestly speaking, I've gone to over 100 campuses. I've traveled to over 25 countries. I've met with thousands of professors, teachers, and thousands of students. And I have this impression that the more you provide this type of entrepreneurship education we are providing to young people, the fewer young people will begin their change-making journey, because the present entrepreneurship education instills doubts in young people. They think after getting this education that they're not good enough. It requires a lot of knowledge, skills, and experience to start enterprise. On the other hand, my model basically instantly activates young people as change makers. We encourage young people to just step out of their classrooms, just observe what is happening around them, and see how you can address that problem again by producing the product or service. You see, we encourage customer feedback over detailed planning, and we encourage young people to have interaction with the society, and we encourage young people to go out and have first-hand knowledge of the problems, of the challenges faced by the people. So I think this is the biggest difference. And unless and until we change the way we teach entrepreneurship, we will never be able to activate young people as change makers. So in short, my change making model basically is driven by the greatness of purpose, smallness of means to acquire astounding results. So let's see how my change making model helps traditional entrepreneurship model or complements traditional entrepreneurship model. You see, my change-making model can serve as a foundational step because it provides a starting point for entrepreneurial journey. My change-making model can help young people discover their change-making power, and once this power is discovered, they can have a very confident entry into the field of entrepreneurship. You see, my change making model helps young people to start with realistic expectations, because many times when you look at many traditional entrepreneurship programs, many young people have started with this premature optimization, but when they are involved in change making, what happens, you see, they begin with personal transformation, which really help them in their entrepreneurial journey. My change making model can really help young people, especially who are participating in entrepreneurship programs in universities, to have an informed decision, because many young people take decision of starting an enterprise without having any experience of producing something valuable for the society. So my model will allow them to make an informed decision. In the light of the change making experience, they can decide whether they want to continue as an entrepreneur or they want to get some experience as an employee before starting their change making journey. My change making model basically allows young people who are otherwise discarded by the society or not even considered by the society to begin their entrepreneurial journey. My change making model helps young people to grow organically, because you see, young people today are taking courses after courses, they are learning skills after skills, but they are unable to use that knowledge and skills to produce something valuable for the society. So my model basically helps them to grow organically. When they produce something, it doesn't work, they come back and try to improve it. This is how they develop knowledge and skills. And most importantly, my change making model helps young people to prepare themselves physically, emotionally, socially to handle challenges. Many young people are unable to face criticism, but after participating in the change making program, they can really develop resilience. They can really bounce back from different situations, and it would be very easy for them to embark upon their entrepreneurial journey. So, in essence, I would say change making. My change making model really complements traditional entrepreneurship model because it addresses many of its gaps. It begins by helping young people discover their change making power and value adding qualities. And once they have discovered their change making power, they can really harness this power for their personal benefit and the benefit of the society. And most importantly, once they embark upon the change making journey, they can decide whether they want to continue this journey as an entrepreneur or as an employee. You see, many startups fail because you see the young people who have started these companies and enterprises found and discovered uh, that their products and services are not good enough when they have already established their enterprises. You see, but my change making model gives them this window period to see whether their product or service is good enough to be replicated, to be expanded to new locations, and it really gives them the confidence how to move forward in the society in the light of the previous experiences. So in the end, I would say, just as one learns to walk before running and sprinting, one needs to have change making experience before embarking upon any entrepreneurial journey or securing any job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ali, for sharing your invaluable insights and illuminating how change-making model facilitates in so many ways. Your innovative approach provides a solid foundation and effectively addresses numerous gaps in the entrepreneurship model. I'm Anambakar signing off. I look forward to another exciting session with Mr. Ali in the Change-Making Insight series. Until then, stay inspired and committed to positive change. Thank you.